What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another stream, a fully sober stream. Just some blackcurrant today. The game week is nearly over. I think it's still 1-0 to Newcastle, which sucks if you're like me with Doherty and Jimenez, which I expect a lot of people have got. But hey, look, 4 points between them. That'll do, I suppose. Also, we've got a bit of a blank now. The next game week's not for a couple of weeks because of the FA Cup. So yeah, we'll just be talking about what happened and the plan for the blank. Should we get rid of Aguero still? Probably not. Sterling too. Looking pretty good. But yeah, let's just see how we've been going so far. Oh, 1-1. Who scored? Who scored? Jimenez, come on. Willy Bolly in the 95th minute. Damn. Let's see who assisted that. Was it from a corner maybe? Not Coutinho. Moutinho. I'm just having a look now. Who clear foul. Bolly scored, yeah, but who assisted it? Traore. Damn. Never thought that guy would get any attacking points. Okay. So 1-1, it looks like. Fair play to Wolves. I think that's like 5 games now unbeaten. I think, or maybe 4. I think they were on 3 wins in a row. I also have to say, I know a lot of the, not the Saturday stream, but all the streams before that, they're not showing up properly on the channel. I think it's just an issue with YouTube. There's not really a lot I can do about it. I've messaged them, emailed them, and we'll see if they can do anything about it. So we'll see if this stream uploads properly as well. But yeah, so apologies to anyone that's not seeing that properly. If it keeps happening, I don't know what we'll do about it. But there we go. Not a foul. Dubravka just choked again. Yeah, it wasn't good in the game against Spurs either. Speaking of Spurs, loved Son. So I'm currently on 80 points, which is decent. I'm really happy with that. That beats my double game week score with triple captain in play. Pogba, Mane and Son in for Sané and Richarlison for a -4. So that was pretty decent. Son and Mane coming straight in with the points. Is anyone else's stream not loading? It should be loading. It's showing green stream health. If it's bad, it's usually orange or red, but it seems to be good. Who got the assist? Adama Traore. Willy Bolly with the goal. Yeah, I can't believe it. Aguero has had 150k transfers in since the deadline. That is insane. I appreciate people are probably worried about price rises. But I mean, come on, he's not playing. Take a few price rises on the chin and wait till that. You're not going to need him for 3 weeks. He's not playing in the Premier League for 3 weeks. No, wait, is that right? Yeah, he's not going to play again until... when is it? 26th of February. So 15 days, sorry, 3 game weeks. So I would just wait, to be honest. Why not? People are wildcarding, maybe, but that doesn't usually explain price rises. They usually get taken out. So he rose in price yesterday. That's people just buying him in, not realising he doesn't play this week. Simple as that, I would say. Aubameyang probably going down as well, so I'll have him in a week. Yeah, people talking obviously about Aguero to Aubameyang still. I mean, I got it completely wrong because people talked about on the previous stream or the one before that about doing Aubameyang to Aguero even for a hit for the double game week, and I was like, nah, I don't think I would do that. And then obviously you went mad, and obviously that was the wrong call. And then some people even switched back, which I think if you switch back, you probably did it a bit early. Because if you heard the news about Aubameyang possibly being ill and missing training, I don't think many people would have done it after they heard that. So I mean, I was thinking. I said in the preview that I was thinking about keeping Aguero anyway, and then obviously the news for Aubameyang meant I had to keep him. Wasn't expecting a hat-trick, mind you. Maybe a goal and a couple of bonus points, but a hat-trick was decent. I'm very happy with that. I'll show you what my team looks like for next week. Here we go. Boom. Break off school when there's no football is better than being in school. Any break's good. I'm glad to have a break this week until the next game week. Best strategy, wait until Friday next week for transfers. Yeah, for sure. I don't see the point in going early when there's FA Cup matches and stuff. You can't be that strapped for cash. So if you can, I would wait. Yeah, I'm going to captain Son, I think. The only other player I'd really want to captain this week is Aubameyang, and I just can't do Aguero to Aubameyang now. Aguero, after the blank, has West Ham, Bournemouth and Watford, and obviously he's just scored 2 hat-tricks in 3 games. There's just no way I can get rid of him. Now, Aubameyang has a couple of good fixtures as well, and obviously he probably will be the most captain player, I'd imagine. Probably quite a few people that will still captain Salah. But yeah, I'm just going to go with Son, I think. It's between him, Pogba and Salah. And obviously Salah and Pogba play each other. So I'm going to go against that. I'm probably not going to make any transfers this week. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, really. I'd like a Leicester defender. People are talking about Vardy. You know, he could be a good option as well. I don't know why he missed that last game, though. I heard that he said something about the manager, maybe. Don't know if there's any truth in that. Maybe someone in the chat knows more. But I suppose if we didn't start the game against Spurs, maybe that will continue. He might miss the odd match here and there. That's probably quite annoying to own him if that's going to happen. Otherwise, yeah, Ricardo at Leicester. I mean, I've looked at Evans just because I've only got 0.5 million to spend, and unless I get rid of Doherty, I can't afford Pereira, and potentially I should get Doherty out. They don't keep clean sheets, but he's just so good attacking wise and so well owned. I'm probably just going to stick as I am. I've got Lacazette. Would you go him over Son? So Arsenal have got Southampton. I think I would captain an Arsenal player ahead of Son. The only thing is with Lacazette is will he definitely play? I believe he started the last few, so you'd hope that he would. So yeah, he started the last 6 games, so potentially we'll just start the next one as well. Obviously, again, have a look over FA Cup what happens. But I think you know, Southampton maybe tightened up a little bit under the new manager, but I keep saying new manager because I haven't learned his name yet. At some point he won't be the new manager anymore. But you know, they just conceded 2 goals in the last match against Cardiff at home. This is Arsenal at home. I just think Arsenal look like a good bet. Am I worried about not having Arsenal players? I mean, look, it's 1 week. Can Son versus Burnley outscore Aubameyang versus Southampton? Possibly. I'm going to take the risk there. And then obviously you've got to think ahead as well. It's not just about this game week. There's other game weeks to come. And I just don't want to use too many transfers. So am I worried about Arsenal players? I'd like them, but I'm not gonna worry about getting them in, because I mean, who'd you get really? There's Aubameyang, Lacazette, and then maybe Kolasinac in defence, but they're not exactly a team that keep many clean sheets. I even conceded one at the death at the weekend, so I'm not massively pushed to bring anyone in that quick. Richarlison replaces with 0.2 million in the bank. Maddison, I kind of like Maddison as an option. Yeah, otherwise you got Jota. I think they're probably the best 2. I'm not quite sure how much you'd have. I don't think you can do Richarlison to Anderson, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, Maddison, because Leicester's fixtures. I think he's looked lively enough the last few games. I think the only thing with him is he did miss a few, didn't he? Or he didn't start. It does tend to come off early as well. Let's just have a quick look here. On penalties, potentially, though, if Vardy's not on the pitch. Yeah, and he's played 90, 61, 74, and then only 17 minutes before that. But he mostly does start. You'd expect him to. But his returns haven't been great. But I just think maybe the fixtures might swing it for him a bit. Arsenal have okay fixtures until the end of the season, though. Yeah, and look, I don't think players like Kolasinac and Aubameyang are that bad of an option, but I mean, you're asking me for my team, would I get them in? Well, Aguero to Aubameyang, I just don't want to do that. And Kolasinac, I just can't afford him. He's over 5. Oh, he's dead on 5. But I can't afford that unless I get rid of Robertson or Doherty. So, yeah, it's just a no-go for me at the moment. Unless I can get some money from someone, but there's not really anyone I want to sell. Do I play Fantasy Champions League? I do not. How are you preparing for the blank? This is it. I've already prepared. I got Punching in, swapped basically for Kamara, and that allowed me to get Aguero in. I took out Sané and Richarlison the week just gone, so that got rid of 2 blank players. This basically is my planning for the blank. I'm going to try and make no transfers. By the time this game week comes around, we'll pretty much know. Obviously, until it's confirmed, we can't 100% know. But we'll have a good idea of who's going to blank in game week 31, and that can let the proper planning begin. Should you keep any Man United players? Absolutely. Why would you get rid right now? I mean, unless you've got like Romero and Bailly or something, definitely keep. 23,000 sold Aguero. I mean, that makes a bit more sense this week, right? Longer term, don't know if it's a good idea, but definitely for this week. I'm feeling good, thanks, Jeff. Is Moutinho a good option, cheap and creative? Yeah, I mean, he takes a lot of set pieces. I just don't know if I would spend the money on him for your Wolves slot. Obviously, it depends how much money you got. And to be fair to him, he is the top scorer for midfielders for Wolves, but he's 5.3. If you've got the money, someone like Jota might be a better bet for 6 million. I don't think. I mean, he has got 5 assists in the last 4. I'm not convinced that will keep up, and goal threat is probably a bit minimal. What to do with Aguero? I'm keeping. I mean, it really depends on your team, I suppose. If you really want Aubameyang, you want to captain him, then maybe let's get rid. But I'm probably keeping. Don't forget to vote on the polls if you haven't already. There is 4 up. So get a vote on them. This will probably be a little bit of a shorter stream than normal because it's already 10 o'clock. Can't be up all night, you know. It's not Saturday. No, you're the second person now to ask me that. I don't do Champions League fantasy. It's just another thing to worry about. I just don't want to think about it, to be honest. You need to pick Lindelof or Van Dijk to start in game week 27. Oof. That's a tricky one because, I mean, if Van Dijk was at home, that would be an easy choice. I mean, since we last played Liverpool, obviously we changed manager. I do think we'll attack a bit more, which could leave us even more open. We did lose, was it 3-1 last time, I think? I don't know how to call that one. I'd probably go for the home player. But I think there'll be goals for overside. If you think there's going to be goals for overside, then I'd probably go for the bigger goal threat. And that would be Van Dijk for me. So maybe Van Dijk in that sense. I do think there'll be goals for both teams. How many years have I played FPL for? This is my 9th year now. 9th season. You've got Aguero, Aubameyang and Jimenez up front. Very nice. Yeah, obviously there's nothing to say you can't do that. Firmino to Aubameyang and Richarlison to... I mean, it depends how much money you got. It's tough to say. Sterling, definitely worth it. I mean, I think in the last video, it did kind of say Sané was the one I was worried about, but Sterling and Aguero are keeps. And I don't think anything's changed there, really. I mean, Sané now looks like a pretty much must-sell this week. And he started, like, what, 1 game in the last 3? There's still rumours that Mendy could be back soon. How long have I been streaming? 2.5 seasons or 2 seasons? When did I start, lads? The whole of last season, the current bit of this season, and then from from January to the end of the season the year before. It's about 2 seasons in all. You're ranked 7k in your first season. Very nice. Why not use the free hit chip? You have 5 players playing each other. I mean, that's just how it rolls sometimes. You know, yes, they're 5 players playing each other, but they're 5 very good players who I definitely want the week after. So I could use free hit to dodge them. Maybe load up on Spurs assets, Arsenal assets, but I just feel the free hit will be better used either in Game Week 31, when there could be more blanks, or like a double game week to get a whole new double game week team. That could be nice. So I'm definitely going to say I don't think my team's in bad shape, to be honest. But I just think free hitting to dodge the likes of Salah, Mane, and Pogba and Rashford in the form they're in is dodgy, to be honest. Captain Sensible for Game Week 27. Yeah, I mean, West Ham against Fulham looks like a good fixture. I think Aubameyang will be the standout. Aubameyang and then Son. But I mean, there are other options. In a week where, I don't know, you could bet against Salah not to do it against Man United, then yeah, there's Arnautovic, Anderson against Fulham. There's the likes of Fraser and Wilson against Wolves. Vardy against Palace, if you think he's going to start. There's quite a few options. All about the FPL today, for sure. Free hit next week is a waste. Yeah, I mean, I won't be using it next week, for sure. Unless you mean Game Week 27. Am I happy with the 80? You seem so down. I'm definitely happy, yeah. Just tired, that's all. Oh, Wilson might be out, yeah, sorry. Because Solanke started recently, didn't he? Let me see how long he's out for. Yeah, he's probably going to be no good then. But someone like King, maybe. My bad. Sorry to be sacked. I mean, it doesn't look good. People are asking about what do I think of the likes of Higuain for Game Week 29. I mean, to be honest, that feels so far away at the moment. I wouldn't like to make a call on it. I just think Chelsea are kind of all over the place right now. That was a heavy defeat to Man City. Obviously, Man City are great, but that was really poor. And obviously, they had the Huddersfield as well, but then they lost to Bournemouth as well. I would wait to make a call on that. I want to see how they do over the next few weeks. Sarri's coming out with all these comments, which he has been for a few weeks now. There's just something up in the Chelsea camp. So when you got the likes of maybe Vardy could do well, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Aguero, obviously they're not quite. A lot of those are a little bit more expensive than Higuain, but he's getting close to that kind of price. So I don't know. He would be a bit of not a punt, sorry, like a differential, especially if you didn't want to go Hazard. But right now, I just think it's too early to decide on that. You could double up on Tottenham for this week. Probably going to be Son and Eriksen if you're going to do that, just to make sure. You'd imagine those two will start. Anderson, I like it. Fulham are still just all over the place. It's just goals there. I mean, they could have got a goal against Man United. I think they played well enough for parts to maybe get a goal, but always look like conceding. Not sure you're making the Aguero to Aubameyang switch. Yeah, I don't think many people will do that now. Who knows though? Maybe this is the time to get on Aubameyang. Kane may start. Yeah, we have to watch out for that. Like I said, there's still 2 weeks. Yeah, actually, it's not 2 weeks, is it? What's it today? The 11th. So it's 11 days. It would be just like Kane to get rushed back. I don't know if I'd go for him though. I mean, he is a differential, I suppose, this week. United will smash Paris Saint-Germain. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. See what happens. Have I seen Leicester's last 3 results versus Palace? 0 goals, 9 against. Wow. You kind of stoop when you have your mic down. I mean, the mic's in exactly the same place as always, to be honest. Sorry, I guess. I don't know. Lucas Dean or Holobasta Pereira, Kolasinac. Are you going to do both of them? Yeah, I like that. Maybe not for a hit, though. Maybe just do one. Depends what your bench is like. But to be honest, if you need to make those transfers to get out 11, and I quite like him even for a hit, to be honest. Both good options. What's up, Physio? Rashford captain. Yeah, I mean, look, there's loads of captain options this week. And you'd imagine people... Salah will still be quite heavily captained. He may even be the most captain player again this week. But for me, away to Man United is a fixture you can go against him. So, yeah, if you want to go for Rashford, if you think he's going to get a goal against Liverpool, obviously it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be quite open, I think. And sure, why not? This could be the week to go against him. I mean, I will say about Johnny Evans, I'm literally thinking about him just because that's the only lesser defender I can afford. If I had the money, I would go Chilwell or Ricardo, for sure. No doubt about it. Definitely Ricardo, probably Chilwell. But I literally have 0.5 million and Schindler and... It'd only be Schindler I'd want to get rid of. It's 4.3, so that leaves me 4.8. Probably not going to do it this week though, because it means benching one of Doherty or Wan-Bissaka, and I'll probably just play him. Do I think the Liverpool Man United game will have goals? I do, yeah. Solskjaer is going to want to attack. And then that is going to leave space for Liverpool. Bit worried that Liverpool will win that, to be honest, but we'll see. We'd say it's the first big test, but I mean, there was that Spurs game, did alright in. PSG tomorrow. Plenty to think about. Before I forget as well, because this is going to be a short stream, like I said. Let me do the quick shout out for the patrons, for the producers. So you got Dean P, Machek, Gaz H, Melissa B, Ryan Tier B, Robert P, Matthew H, Hayden H, Christopher M, and Scott S. Thanks very much for signing up for that. If you want to check it out, click the link in the description below. There's a league done every month with 50 quid on the line. So if you want to check that out, the next one obviously would be sign up for March, and then you can get entered in for that. So check the link in the description below. Am I going to go on the FPL Planet podcast? Who knows? Probably not. They probably haven't got a clue what I was on about with that hashtag. How come your streams are being added to the channel? That must be not being added. The last couple, literally, they're just not processed. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with YouTube, but when you stream, it processes. Usually for my stream, it takes about an hour after it finishes to process. Then it's available. So you can watch it straight away if you've got a direct link. But to actually find it on the channel, it takes about an hour. But that's just not been happening. If I go on my video manager, basically the stream from the last stream and the one before that, they just still say processing. And then the ones before that, because people always ask me, why do I keep that bit at the start where it's obviously got the intro, starting soon screen. I can trim that, but only once it's processed. And so the last two, just to bore you, are still processing. The two before that, I tried to process the bit at the start to be cut off, and it never did it. So I don't know. There's just something up on my channel at the moment. Feeling good after Saturday. Am I going to release it? It's deleted. I had to delete it because of the music on it. That was the only reason. I said that at the time. It had loads of copyrighted music on it. It would have just been flagged anyway. So I couldn't leave it up. Chilwell or Kolasinac for Lucas Dean. I fancy Leicester, you know. I don't think there's much in it though. I'd probably go for Chilwell. You got an 88-point game week, very nice. In fact, on live FPL rank, let me see. Rank's updated with auto subs, so I'm actually on 34,898. So it's about an 8k rank rise, which is decent enough after a poor double game week. Keep some for the Arsenal and Chelsea fixtures. Yeah, I think so. The current form he's in. Foster or Fabianski? I mean, Foster looks like a bit of a beast recently. Although I must admit, I can't remember their fixtures. Yeah, I mean, they have Man United, Liverpool and Man City away in the next 6, which is not great. I mean, Fabianski, to pair though, is not picking up many clean sheets. But he only has Man City in the next 6. The rest are all relatively good games, so probably go Fabianski in the shorter term. Preview screen gives peeps time to receive and act on the notification. Yeah, that's the whole point, to let people get in. But once the stream's up, I can usually trim that down so that if someone watches the stream later on when it's not live, they can just jump straight into it. But it just hasn't been working the last few weeks. It's pretty annoying. Should you focus on getting Pogba this week because he looks essential? I mean, if you look at it as a single game week, I think Aubameyang's probably got to be the one to bring in this week. Versus Pogba, just because it's a Liverpool game. I mean, there's Pogba's on penalties, which is always handy, especially in a game like that. You know, will someone make the big call at Old Trafford to give a penalty? Maybe. I mean, I think Pogba's definitely the longer term pick. Aubameyang looks good for a few weeks, and as people are saying, fixtures are pretty good for the rest of the season. Just depends if you don't want Aguero or someone for that slot. I mean, Pogba's such good value for money. Felipe Anderson, good. Now, I think that West Ham have got good fixtures. He's really done not a lot recently. You're basically banking on his form to come with the fixtures, and that could definitely happen with the fixtures they've got. So I don't think he's a bad buy by any means, and he looks pretty good for this week against Fulham. So I would look at him for sure. I don't know how much I'd be expecting from him. I feel like he's not a punt because he's such a good player, but just not getting the points in recently. But if the fixtures are there for the form to come. Can't believe Aguero went up in value this week. Yeah, it was ridiculous, but whatever. I'll take the price rise. Getting a price rise on a player that's not playing, I mean, that's decent. Ashley Barnes, 14 starts, 7 goals, 2 assists. He's been decent. And he kind of backs it up with his underlying stats as well. His expected goals are usually pretty decent. So he's basically just converting his stats. So yeah, for a cheap player, I think he looks pretty good. You're surprised that Trippier rose in price. I am too, actually. Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Harvey Barnes might be a differential shout for Leicester. Yeah, I mentioned that on the preview. Against Man United, I think he looked pretty good. He did have a couple of really good chances against Spurs, which I don't want to say bottled, but he just obviously didn't put them in. But they were good chances he should have scored. So maybe, I kind of said in the preview, I wasn't quite sure what his goal threat was like. So he's getting into the right positions. I don't know how good of a finisher he is just yet. But yeah, I like the look of him. There's a bit of a punt. Time for Lacazette. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's one of those ones that can go wrong, even though he has started a good amount of the last kind of 5 or 6 games. Fraser to keep or not? I would probably, I'd probably keep him this week. Yeah, have some faith. I know he's really not done much recently, but I think Wolves is an okay fixture. They do have Arsenal and Man City after that, so perhaps that could be the time to get rid. But then their fixtures get really good over the blanks. So I would probably look to keep him, I think. It could be one of those times though where you keep a player because of the blanks and actually that's the wrong call. I know it's a tough one with him. Jimenez with only 1 goal against the bottom 8. Oof, that's not good. Aguero must have. Maybe next week, but not this week. What's the name of the app that I use to check my rank? It's not an app, it's a website. It's livefpl.net. Basically just tells you what rank you are based on what score everyone has got. Hazard hat-trick next week. Well, let's wait till he's actually playing. My captain's Son is on the screen. Don't think that'll change. Do I like the look of any Newcastle fixtures? Yeah, I do, to be honest. I just... Newcastle defenders, they got good fixtures. I actually looked at them when I brought in Bednarak. Because Yedlin's 4.5, and I could have afforded that. So I did look at Yedlin. So yeah, fixtures-wise, they're usually a pretty tight team. They don't concede too many goals. So yeah, I definitely considered them. I just went with Bednarak to save the money. I was hoping that Southampton could do something. He kind of fit in quite nicely with my other players in the squad, so I went with him. But yeah, definitely looked at Yedlin. Obviously, you know, they're 4.5 million defender. I don't know if you should be expecting miracles from them. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad option by any stretch. Yeah, Hazard doesn't pay, that's what I meant. So you're looking at game week 28 with him. Is it time to double up on Liverpool defense? I just think there's a couple of problems there. And obviously Trent's back now. Hopefully he can stay fit. And if he does, then maybe the clean sheets will start coming back. But I quite like the idea of doubling on their attack. Everyone's so paranoid about their Liverpool United players going head-to-head. That match will probably be 2-2. I think there could be goals in that for sure. I think Solskjaer is going to want to go out and attack in that game. He's going to want to get at Old Trafford, beating Liverpool. I mean, he's already done a great job so far. If he could do that, then, you know, what more does he have to do to get the job, really? Especially if he can get something against PSG. Pereira, yay or nay? Yay for me. Nice assist at the weekend. Could have had another one as well. I think the clean sheets will come as well. Higuain, a shout for Fulham onwards. Yeah, we spoke about him already. I think he's a wait and see still for me. I wouldn't make that decision just yet. You don't need to either. Free hit this game week, not unless your team's in dire need of it. Just remember, everyone's in the same boat. Everyone has loads of Man United and Liverpool players. Don't panic too much. You could use it to get ahead of the pack. Load up on Arsenal, Spurs maybe, if you think that Liverpool and United will be a low-scoring game. But yeah, I think if your team's in a good state, try and save the free hit. Captain Pogba or Rashford. If it's between those two, I'd always favour the midfielder, to be honest. Best Sané replacement other than Son and Pogba. You could look at Mane, maybe. No blanks. Decent fixtures after this one. Sterling for Salah going forward. I mean, personally, I'm not planning on getting rid of Salah just yet. But City do have some good fixtures after this blank. But so do Liverpool, to be honest. I wouldn't like to bet against Salah just yet. I know, you know, from open play, not looked fantastic, maybe. But he's a player who can just turn it on pretty easy. So, yeah, I think I would keep him, personally. Especially if you're... Decide who you want to captain. If you want to start captaining Sterling, then maybe do it. If you still think that Salah's the best captain, then he's probably worth the money. When are people looking to drop wildcard amongst the free hit and doubles? Probably like game week 34-ish for me. If I go with the current plan of free hit in 32. Alright, get voting on those polls. We're going to do them very, 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 very soon. I hope this stream processes after. What to do with Salah? I think he's a seller at this point, personally. Yes, if he starts playing again, he's definitely someone who could cause damage, but it's just will he play often enough now going forward? And they've looked pretty good without him in the team. Do you know what I mean? They absolutely smashed Chelsea. And just didn't really miss him. Sterling caused Azpilicueta so many problems. You just don't see someone like Azpilicueta diving in on like he did on Sterling. And he was probably pretty annoyed by that point. It was like through, well, I think it was 4-0 at that point. Will there be a lot of blanks in Gameweek 36? The predicted blanks after this one are 31 and 33. Obviously, until it's confirmed 100%, we don't know. But it doesn't look like 36 right now. Mendy an option when he's actually back playing, but let's wait for that. Got the son to training, yes, no panic. Start Wan-Bissaka or Robbo. Leicester don't score many and can't see United blanking. I'd probably play Robertson, personally. Again, if you're going to bench him, then maybe Man United away is a fixture to do that. But I don't like the idea of benching him most of the time. Especially if not for a different defender that's got an away game too. Like Wan-Bissaka, I don't really think has too much attacking threat. Whereas Robertson's can be pretty lethal down that left. So obviously Wan-Bissaka is great if he gets bonus points. Sorry, if they get a clean sheet, he's pretty good for bonus points. It's just whether or not you think they'll get a clean sheet. Right, I'm going to run through the polls quickly. PSG prediction. I mean, they won't have Cavani or Neymar. So if Man United are going to do it at any point at Old Trafford, I mean, Mbappe will obviously be a nightmare to defend against. So it's going to be Luke Shaw versus Mbappe if he's playing on towards the right. I'm not quite sure how they line up actually with Cavani out. Could he play up front? I don't know, but either way, he is going to be a pain to handle. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm quite excited to watch Champions League game for the first time in a while. Okay. So have you started building for Game Week 31? 74% of you saying no. It's only 4 game weeks away, but you just don't care. Obviously the rest saying yes. Are you looking at bringing in Vardy? 90% on no. No faith. Probably have to stop calling the manager bad words. 8% saying yes, and two people saying they already own him. 2 people out of everyone that voted own him. Is Aguero to Aubameyang worth it this week? Oof, could not be any closer. 50% yes, 50% no. So a lot of people probably thinking about the burn for the last game week and the double game week. A few people saying it's still worth doing. I mean, Aubameyang probably would be your captain, so might not be the worst move. And then keep or sell Hazard, 89% saying sell. They've had enough. He blanks this week. Chelsea looking all over the place. Sarri has lost the plot. And then 11% saying keep. What will you do? Right, I am going to leave the stream there, get off early enough and get to bed. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this stream goes up on the channel without any issues. Like I said, it's really out of my hands. If you haven't already, hit the like button, much appreciated, and subscribe if you're new around here. Next stream will be probably actually Wednesday the 20th, because the deadline is Friday, and I don't think I can do Thursday that week. So it'll probably be Wednesday the 20th for the next stream, and I'll have a preview video and stuff up that week as well. I'll ask for your questions and stuff on Twitter as normal. Scoutcast tomorrow, I'm not sure. No, I don't think they are doing one. I'm actually recording a podcast with 3 Amigos tomorrow. One of their get to know you things. So I'll be doing that. I'll tweet that out when it's done. But yeah, until next time, I'll catch you soon. Obviously, I won't say good luck because we're not ready to go on the game week. But there'll definitely be a stream before the next game week. But up until that point, I'm just going to have a break, to be honest. And I'm going to enjoy it.